Hello, welcome to my grant proposal presentation. In this presentation, I will be exploring the relationship between lunch break activities, home life, and budget needed to conduct studies. For this presentation, I will be continuing from my week one assignment using that topic as an example to go over budget. This study addresses behavioral issues during middle school lunch break. We aim to study how lunch routines, home life, and habits affect student well-being and readiness for school. Medical records, objected, efficient, limited context. So these are the rationales for mixed methods. So, like I mentioned, medical records is a way to do this. Interviews, it gives personal insight. It's not too time consuming. It depends on the interviewer, but uses both, gives a complete view of behavior and context with the students. So that's why it's needed. Ethical considerations. Working with minors requires one, parental consent and student assent, and age-appropriate interviewers, and secure data storage. So it will take some time, and it just working with minors can be a little bit delicate. You know, their parents will have to give approval, and especially going into home life, we're gonna have to somehow get social workers there too to help with that, any taboo subjects, but that's a conversation for later in the study. Study design and timeline. Sample 130 students, ages 13 to 14, four middle schools. The location will be in Long Island, and it will be at least 6 months to conduct the study, and it will have several data phases. Under the phases will be surveys, school records, interviewers, and anonymous reports. So, budget breakdown. This table in the next slide outlines a more granular breakdown of all budget line items. RA labor includes 2 hours of medical record review and 1 hour of interviewers per participant, totaling to 390 hours for 3 RAs. PI will contribute 120 hours over 6 months, 20 hours per month at a rate at $50 an hour. Each participant will receive a $20 gift card initiative to encourage participation. Internet costs over 6 months of service for four remote workers, PIs, and 3 RAs. Software costs include Zoom Pro, SPSS, and MS Office license needed for virtual data collection, analysis, and communication. Total cost of the project is $20,090, resulting in a participant cost of approximately 100 and $504.54 per participant included in the study. And this is everything I just said, a little bit easierly broken down. And this is the budget breakdown, and everything comes down to this price approximately needed for this study. And the purpose of this presentation is to express why this study needs to be done, but also show that it is practical in achieving with the cost. The cost isn't too much. We tried to stay under $50,000 and we reached around $30,000, which is really good. And this is a visual budget breakdown. Internet services, as you see, is not really that much of the budget, but the RA labor, which is a real chunk of the project, is where the money is going to be pushed the most. And we need the RA because that's the glue in the whole project. And plus the PI labor as well. Software licenses is not too much cost going towards it, but most of our work is going to be done with communing with the students, the teachers, and the family hands-on. And that's where you're going to have that $50 an hour for paying our workers and giving them what they're worth because they are the chunk and the glue of this project. Final pitch summary. This study will identify behavioral trends and inform school wellness programs. Funding will be enable collection of mixed method data, ethical research with minors, and real world interventions. We're ready to implement with school support. Thank you so much for listening to this pitch summary, and please influence your peers and anybody else in the public health field to tune into our study. We can maybe make it an annual thing so we can, at the end of the day, get learning better for these children, even in their downtime, which is off school hours. Justification for each budget item. This is going to be more detailed. So RA, I've been mentioning this abbreviation throughout the whole slide. RA is a research assistant labor. Research assistants will review 130 student records and conduct 130 virtual interviews. Their work ensures timely and accurate data collection. Without the RA, we don't have a study. The RA is the one really connecting with the students, the families, if social worker, if needed, depending on the household dynamic. Even lawyers might be involved if we have the for instance, a student going through a divorce, So the RA is really out there, boots on the ground, and they're reviewing all the data. So next we have the principal investigator labor. The principal investigator will supervise the study, conduct data analysis, ensure ethical compliance, manage communication with schools, and lead report with over 6 months. So that's another justification for that budget item. Next, participant initiatives. Each student will receive $20 gift card to encourage participant, reduce dropout, and recognize their contribution. So we want students to sit down and do an interview. These students, they want to run around and have fun. But if this becomes something that's, a little trendy within the school and the kids find out they can use a $20 gift card towards their video game, for example, and or $20 through to get like some new soccer cleats or something like that. It becomes trendy, and the kids they'll show up for the study. So next, as I showed you on the pie chart, internet services didn't have that much of cost needed, but it is vital for our online team. And support, as I mentioned, remote work for the entire team by covering internet's access needed for data collection, communication, and secure file sharing. Next, software licenses covers tools essential for data analysis, SPSS, virtual meetings via Zoom, and documentation, Microsoft Office, all used throughout the 6-month study. So these are the budget items and why they have purpose, why they need to be included in the study. And here are our references used. Thank you so much for listening to my budget breakdown.